The Biopro-Q that we have is really, really unique. This is a special reduced form. It is patented. Only one scientist in the entire world who's in Japan makes this form, and we have an exclusive contract on it. Anyone over the age of 30 is really not able to use CoQ10. That's the powdered form. That's the one that you see in little white capsules. It's available in all the big box stores and Costco. That is a very expensive product, which actually does very little for you. When we're younger, we make lots of CoQ10 naturally in our muscle cells. The older we get, or if you have an autoimmune system, you've got to make sure that you're getting the ubiquinol form, which is what we have in the Biopro-Q. This is really, really important for at the cellular level to be able to make more ATP. In the muscle cells, we have these little furnaces, the mitochondria, that are like our rechargeable batteries. Biopro-Q is the cell food that restores and recharges those batteries, which enables us to be able to make more cellular energy. So it's really critical for anyone that has an autoimmune disease. Biopro-Q is going to be your best friend because it is cell food. And what happens is, from lack of activity, lack of nutrients in our food, just from eating junk food and not exercising, guess what happens? Your metabolism, it's just no joke. You don't have a suppressed metabolism. It's not like you're faking that you don't have the energy or that you have joint pain and muscle aches. Our bodies become like a race car that has no engine, because when we don't exercise and we don't get the micronutrients in our food, the mitochondria aren't just weaker, they completely die. They're gone. They've left the building, and we have lesser and lesser amounts of mitochondria, or those little rechargeable energy factories in our muscle cells. So no joke, when you don't feel like exercising, the engine is gone from your muscle cells. The engine's gone from your race car. You don't have it. So this is why it's not required to exercise in our program, because we really focus on the foundation of optimizing digestion and packing your body with high nutrient density foods and high nutrient specific supplements that recharge the body and recharge and nourish the cells. Biopro-Q also supports the thyroid. If you have a low thyroid, this is a really important supplement to consider. If you have low energy, chronic fatigue, fibromyalgia, memory issues, the Biopro-Q, it is like the juice to get the mitochondria up and running again. Sometimes they're completely missing. Sometimes they're weaker and weaker and they're about to die. But if we give them good cellular nutrition, we can actually repair them and be able to restore their health and strength, and they can start sending out energetic signals again. CoQ10 is one of the most important antioxidants because it's one of the very few that crosses the blood-brain barrier. So if you're having oxidative stress in your head and you know it, chronic headaches, mood swings, forgetfulness, things like that, Biopro-Q, you really can't take too much of it. In the clinical studies that they're using ubiquinol, which is the active ingredient in Biopro-Q, again, it's ubiquinol with an OL at the end. The other cheaper forms that are powdered that don't work, that also call themselves CoQ10, if you look at the fine print, it's called ubiquinone. And I tell people to remember they want N-O-N-E. They want none of that because it does nothing for you. So anyway, again, ubiquinol helps to protect against oxidative stress, crosses the blood-brain barrier, and it also is really, really important immune system modulator with across the board, whether it is transient things like viruses and bacteria, or if it's a longer term thing like an autoimmune disease, rheumatoid arthritis, or things like that. This is really a foundational product. We're starting to say in the cancer studies, they've had cancer studies using this ingredient within 4 to 6 months. 75% of people had either actually went into remission. So this is a really powerful support for the immune system in a lot of different ways.